Craig, it's always good to look back, especially when we've had a 4-1 victory on the road at Penabont. You happy with the way that the season's going so far across all competitions?
Yeah, well, obviously we're still in all competition domestically, which is fantastic. And obviously, we're top of the league, and I think we've played 11, won 9, drew 2. I think we've recapped on it before that. I think the only really disappointing one was the draw against Barrytown at home. The position we're in at home as well. So yeah, it's we're in a reasonably good position. The next 2 or 3 weeks is going to be vital to get through all the cup competitions. Obviously Saturday we've got the Scottish Challenge Cup here, and on the Tuesday we've got the Welsh Cup, and the Tuesday after, the Wednesday, the Tuesday after that we've got the MG Cup as well. So over the next 4 weeks, we're sat here in the same position, top the league by at least 4 points, and through the next round of all competitions.
And we are playing East Fife at home on Saturday, as you've referenced there. Yeah. In terms of priority, where does the SPFL Trust Trophy fit in? Or is it a case, as you often say, Craig, that the next game is always the most important?
Yeah, it is, without a doubt. It's the most important one now because it's Saturday. It's our next up-and-coming game. We obviously had a good result on Saturday, a good performance, and we move on quite quickly. Managed to get the players a couple of days off. They had Sunday, Monday off. So we've been back in training today on Tuesday. We've had a lot of games, a lot of travel. So yeah, and now we'll move our focus 100% to the Scottish Challenge Club in East Fife on Saturday, where I think was it 2-3 weeks ago I managed to travel up to Edinburgh to watch them against Spartan. So yeah, I've seen them firsthand, and we've got footage of the last couple of games. Obviously they had their game called off on Saturday. Whether that affects them or not, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's the most important game because it's the next one.
And how valuable an exercise was it to actually go and watch them live?
Yeah, I think it always is. It always is. It's key. You get a better feel for it. You get better. You see things that you wouldn't see on the on the Y Scout or whatever tool you're using, whatever games we're watching. We get the opportunity to see every game, their last 5 games. We've got the full 90 minutes of each game, so we can watch that, and we're happy watching that. But I think going there and feeling it and in that atmosphere, and and seeing things that you don't see, and hearing things, and just generally feeling that it's a lot different when you're there in person than what it is in the actual watching on a TV screen.
And East Fife currently lie 8th in a 10-team league. They haven't won on the road yet in the league itself. So it certainly gives TNS an ideal opportunity to progress to the next round.
Yeah, obviously we're not going to take anything for granted. Far from it. It's not something that we don't do that in general. Like I said, we give respect to every team we play, do our due diligence. Like I said, travel up there the day after, we'll travel down to Cardiff on the Friday night. So we've been quite easily for me not to go and sat at home and then watched all the Y Scout clips, etc. But I think it's important. So yeah, we've done all we can. We know all we know. And we're preparing as usual, whether it was a European game, whether it was an MG Cup game, a Welsh Cup game, or a domestic league game. We're taking it as serious as what we can, because, like I said, it's the next game, so it's the most important one.
In recent games, you've made minimal changes to the starting 11. With the Ruthin game the week afterwards on the Wednesday, is that likely to affect your thoughts in terms of the 11 that take to the field this weekend?
Probably not. No, probably not, because we've had a full week to recover. Obviously, when there's games in between, there is going to have to be some rotation on, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So I think that's the combination. It works out over the next 2-3 weeks. So yeah, there will have to be some rotation when we've got midweek games, and I think for the next 4 weeks we've got a game every 4 days. But on Saturday there's I will pick the team I think is going to win the game. There won't be any sort of fatigue or rotation regards to from physicality on Saturday, because we've had 7 days between games.
And what's the situation at the moment in terms of injuries?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Josh Pask was ill and come back in. Then he's had a little bit of a minor injury, but he'll be back in next week. Jared Horlock has got a hamstring injury, so he'll be out. Jake Canavan has been out for a week or so with a little tweak of his groin, but he's fine. He'll be back in again. So apart from that, then after that, it's Deck again. So Deck's obviously week by week getting stronger, week by week progressing. you know, and we're looking Deck to be fit and available by the beginning of December.
And it's good to see Deck back at Park all around the players. How important is that, do you feel, for players who are out on a long-term injury to still feel part of the setup?
Yeah, it's imperative. You know, I know what it's like. I've had me, you know, my fair share of long-term injuries. You know, I went 18, 19 months with one injury, and in the end, unfortunately, I had to retire through it. But, you know, I understand the psyche that goes along with being injured, and it's a tough place to be. You know, it's probably the worst, as in being a footballer, it's probably the worst that can happen. So yeah, it's really good for Deck. It's important for Deck. It's important he comes in as much as what he can. He mixes with the lads again. You know, the lads see him, he sees the lads, and he has the camaraderie and the banter and the, you know, and just, you know, because, you know, for God knows how long, it's you come into a training ground every day for weeks and weeks on end, and you see everybody. You know, you don't want to be isolated from it. So nah, it's good. I think it's amazing what it does for your mental state and for your positive thinking, that get back in with the group and working with Phil as well to get his injury sorted out. And like I said, you know, hopefully before we know it, he'll be back and we'll, like I said on Saturday after the game, I think it's an exciting thought to maybe pair him and Brad up